When I was a little boy, one of the most memorable trips I ever went on was to a state park in the local caverns. A group of us kids, along with the parents, went down with a guide ahead of us down these paths in this cavern, all the way down into the bowels of it to the deepest part. And there was a big room. It had rocks inside of it where we could sit. And the guide says, we're going to turn the lights off just for a moment to give you an idea of what it is like to have no light in your life. And so they turned the lights off. And even though back then I had 20/20 vision, I couldn't see anything. It was an amazing experience, but it was also a little bit fearful too. You know, the same thing is true for people who do not have the ability to see. You can put them out in the brightness of the noontime sun, and they cannot see because they don't have the ability to see. It takes both the ability to see and light in order to have sight. Have you ever wondered why some people in your life are saved and others are not? Maybe your next door neighbor or someone who's close to you at work or a friend of yours or even a relative. They've been exposed to the light of the gospel, but yet they cannot see. You've heard the old saying, there are none so blind as those who cannot see. The reason they cannot see, even though they have the light, is they don't have the ability to see. Not everyone does. In fact, everyone comes into this world blinded to the truth of God. And it requires God doing something in our life, giving us the ability to see the gospel through faith in order to receive it. Listen to what Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 3 and 4. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world, and that's little g God, meaning Satan, whom the God of this world, Satan, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. My friends, what that means is that the light of the gospel is in the world today. But the reason that people are not, all are not saved, is because they came into this world blinded to the truth, and they do not have the ability to see. Only God can give them that ability. How does it come? By simply believing. If you're listening to this morning and you've heard the gospel before, the good news of Jesus Christ, how he came and died for our sins, but yet you have never believed in him, simply trust in him today. Step out in faith. Make it a conscious act of your will that you are going to believe the gospel. And if you do that, God will give you the ability to see the light. It'll be glorious to you. You'll see things you've never seen before. Let me encourage you to do that today.